Michael Singer's book, The Untethered Soul. And the three-ring circus is that you have the thoughts going on in your head, you've got the emotions that are emanating from the heart, and you've got the outside world happening. And what we're asked to do is to be the witness, and to be the witness, and also you could call it the witness consciousness or the observer. And that when we become the observer, we take a step back and we go, oh yeah, that's the three-ring circus. So we're going to work with that image today. I just want to make sure that all of you are, somebody's sending me something. That's not it. Just want to make sure all of you are muted. And so to get started, just finding your breath and going back to that understanding of breathing gratitude through the heart, because another way of kind of making a shift in consciousness is to go back to gratitude and have a whole gratitude list. You know, grateful for the littlest things to the largest things. And then consider, as you witness maybe emotions inside of you, and because of the state of things on the planet right now, in all areas of life, we have a lot of emotions. And there's always a lot of emotions. This is a piece from Kristen Magis. There are so many emotions. Allow them, feel them, honor them, glean their lessons, let them go. Their nature is fluid. They need to flow. If they are stopped up inside of you, they become stagnant, and their life-giving nature transmutes to a life-draining force. If they are allowed to flow, they follow their natural course, visiting the human soul, endowing their gifts, and then moving on in the continual flow of life. They belong to the universe. They are part of the universe, a vital part of the chi, or the key, the energy of life. They belong to the universe and must return with our blessings. So another way to play with your imagination is in being the observer, to know that the things that you're observing, the three-ring circus that Michael Singer works with, that metaphor, that image of the thoughts that go on in your head, the emotions that emanate from the heart, and the outside world, things going on, all the things going on around you in the outside world. And then your choice to be the observer of it all. And letting it flow because it's part of the universe. Not holding on, letting it go, letting it be energy. And the Shakti, the love energy, is just that. It's that witnessing and feeling and being part of it all, but then taking a step back and not letting it consume you and take you off on the ride of negativity. Breathe. So find the breath. Notice in your body through a body scan how to relax. You know, what is it you need? What does it feel like to relax? Can you do a scan from the toes to the top of the head and out to the fingertips? And then feel, okay, so feeling that could be, do you have an emotion that's been working upon you, but also feeling the body being and embodying what's going on with the body, perhaps because of an emotion, or perhaps because of something going on in your head, perhaps because of an injury, perhaps because of whatever. Relax. Relax deeply into those parts of yourself that are showing itself to you as the witness. They're telling you, okay, remember to relax all the parts. Breathe, relax, feel that role and that life force that's in the heart. And open the heart to gratitude and feel the Shakti energy, that beautiful life-giving force. The ki, or the chi. And then be that witness, seeing it all, or the observer, if you like that word better. And then the art of allowing it to be. It's an art. It's a surrender. That word allow sort of has surrender into it. How well can you surrender? Staying as the witness, witnessing your surrender or not surrender. And the big word resistance comes up. In what we're really dealing with is resistance to surrender. So just check that out within yourself as you're here, as you continue to breathe gratitude through the heart. And imagine that gratitude blossoming, touching the brain, touching all of your nervous system. All of this belongs to the universe, and we must return it with our blessing. We don't want to hold it on. We want to move with the river of life, the flow, the energy, the chi, the Shakti. And bring your hands together at your heart and thumbs to your heart. And as we review and we work with these 7 chakras, knowing that the evolution here is to 12 chakras. But the first 7 teach us that we are light. We are the rainbow. We are, and we have this in this little container. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience. And that physical experience, when we take ourselves to the witness, we're more in that spiritual self. To the third eye, we bring those thumbs to the third eye and fingertips together. We're connecting all these chakras and strengthening the nervous system as we also bring our attention to the new sensory perceptions expanding at this time. Imagination, inspiration, intuition, and integration. Imagination, inspiration, intuition, and integration. And we're integrating everything that we've learned up to now. Everything that our collected wisdom. We are collected wisdom. We are wise women, resilient, strong, radiant, vibrant. Then tap the top of your head to remember that we're working with the purple color of the crown chakra, calling it the purple flame, made out of the threefold flame from the heart that comes up and out. I am presence, and I'm at one with all that is, and all that is and I am connected with every human being on the planet. I'm one humanity. And I have the chakras above that take me from my own soul out to the universe. Connect me with the galaxy and say, yeah, things that happen in the galaxy happen to me. And there's a lot of eclipse. This is eclipse time. There's a lot of eclipses going on. And then bring the hands to the heart to namaste, and honor that you've taken the time out to do this practice, and honor that you are working the process. Breathe, relax, feel, watch, allow. Thoughts in the head, emotions coming from the heart, the outside world, and you as the observer or the witness conscious, the witness. Then take a deep breath in. Let it out with a sigh. As though that sigh, you are making the biochemistry for calmness. But with that sigh, as though you could let out through that sigh what you don't need to hold on to, including this time of year, which included an election. So let that go. Don't keep it in your body. Witness, you can witness it. Don't let it get to you. Allow it to be what it is. What is. Sigh it out. Then if you're seated like I am, or you're not on a bed or whatever, and you need to shake your legs out, since we haven't been together for over a week, we're going to start slow. So if you're lying down or you're seated on a chair, do this too. But I need to loosen my pelvis. And there's so many ways to do this. So you can do this on your back. We do it all the time. Or you can do it from that seated position. And then I'm going to come down. I'm going to first lengthen out my legs and shake out and roll my ankles, and then come down onto my back. You keep your blocks handy depending what you need today, because you might choose to do restorative yoga. And come down and pull the knees in. Now, as you're working with your body and you're understanding you might feel sensation that we sometimes call pain. If we start turning it into sensation and ask what it has to say, then sometimes we can change to that witness place, that observer place. So circling, feeling what's going on in that pelvis. Perhaps you, like me, I had all the time in the world to do yoga, and I could not make myself do it while I was away. I couldn't find myself in the chaos of what was happening. And then the other direction. And sometimes I can. For whatever reason, this one was sort of like it felt like an emergency. It felt like my limbic system was turned on most of the time, and I had to be ready. Then pull the knees in and open the legs wide, roll the ankles. Just feel it. You're just feeling it. Being present with the sensory perceptions that are present in this as is. You're witnessing. Then hands, knees up, but legs wide, and catch the ankles or the pants legs, or maybe you'll catch your toes and feel that. Maybe you want to rock side to side a little bit, maybe not. And maybe you want to rock all the way to one side. You might be wanting movement and all the way to the other side. And you bring your feet together and up and all the way to the other side. I can't do that because of my microphone, but you can if you find your way there, or just hang out there. Then release and come to center and shake it out. Really shake legs, shake comes. Roll the wrists and the ankles. Feel the grounding into the spine with your legs up like this. Then pull the right knee in, lengthen the left leg out. Ah. Now this is half wind relieving posture. Pulling your knees is full wind relieving posture. Both good for digestion. Small intestine, such a long section of the digestive system. And digestive system is your immune system, 80% there. And it's so involved. It's so long. So my limbic system that fires, where does it go? It goes into digestion. Then lift the head and lift the left leg, only if you want a little bit stronger practice. And then if you want more, you can raise and lower. You can also catch the foot and pull the hip in. There's just a natural flow of postures that you can go through, or, be still and head down, leg down. If you're working with the movement, you might hold for a moment and then let it go. Switch legs, lengthen out the right leg. Feel what happens on that whole right side when you do that release, and then pull the left leg in. I've got my fingers laced around that knee. You can also use a strap or place your hands under the knee. And either stay here for a while, just breathe into this, or lift the head, lift the leg. And if you really want a little bit more, point and flex if you're feeling energetic. And if your head and neck need support, hand behind your head, or it's a little, twisting, but it's also works the abdominals, and also that hip is stretched a little bit with catching the foot and pulling it across. Then hold for a moment, or just let yourself go and come down. Then release that leg. Pause for a moment in Shavasana. Feel the energy flow from releasing. Yoga, you do yoga for no real purpose except to be present. So yoga can be as simple as Shavasana, and to be really complex as, a full sun salutation. Bring the hands behind your head just for our core strength. Feet flat on the floor and press into the lower back. So press down and lift and exhale. And if you're seated on a chair, you can just lift your legs up and your head might come down. You might try, how do I engage my abdominals while seated on a chair? And then hold for a moment. Again, your feet can be up, your legs can be straight, knees can be bent. Don't hold your breath. So that's sort of a natural thing, to hold the breath and hold the posture. So witness yourself. Did I hold my breath? Then pull the knees in. Then cross crawl on the floor. So it can be as simple as on the chair, just lifting one knee at a time. You can do this seated, standing, lying down, elbow to knee. Exhale on each side, and you're going to feel it a little bit more. Go at the pace that's right for you, and lift the legs up if you want. Lengthen the leg out if you want. Being the witness of what you choose and what's really right for you for today, and then pause. Being the witness of the pause. Don't hold your breath. Being the witness of, did you hold your breath? Letting it go. Changing sides. And then bring the knees in. Feet to the floor. Then if you're on a chair, come to the edge of your chair, and you can do a kind of cat-cow with your arms above your head if you want. Press into the feet. If you want restorative yoga today, take the block or the cushion and put it right underneath your sacrum. It feels really good. You can put a cushion there. It's a little softer than a block. And you might, just rock your knees side to side. Do which one is right for you. Inhale up, exhale down. If you're going to follow me on the screen or without, you know that you know the practice. It's just a way to get the whole body moving and giving you options for seated, standing, and lying down. And for us to be together as wise women sisters on the path, pilgrims on the path of love. The next time you come up, if you're doing the movement practice, then arms above your head if you can, and just pulse the hips to the ceiling. Otherwise, arms down by your sides. You're adjusting, you're witnessing what your body does and doesn't do. You're witnessing the choices that you're making. This is the training for the witness. This is the training for the observer. When things get tough, how do we observe, just like we are doing in a yoga practice, in a physical yoga practice? And then hold for a moment, bring the arms down by your sides. There's lots of ways to play here. I seem to like to play by walking and walking here in space. Mm-hmm. And then hold, come up on the tiptoes. If you're, there's so many ways to play in this posture. Be creative and be honoring of you, witnessing yourself and going, yeah, well, how do I want to play? Lower yourself down, lengthen out the legs, feel the release, go back to Shavasana. Maybe you're going to feel, as a release, you'll feel a little vibration. Now, that vibration that we feel in our bodies is, partly under this understanding of that quantum field in the body represented in the fascia, which is really the tightness that happens all the way through down to the cellular level. And then reach up above your head and stretch from the heels of the hands to the heels of the feet, and hold your breath this time. Holding the breath is another breath pattern. Hold the breath, hold the breath, hold the breath, and stretch and stretch. And if you're seated on a chair, you can always stand up and stretch. Oh, and then relax. Take a moment. Arms over your head or down. Arms over the head again as a release for the trapezius and the levator. These two muscles that work all the way up into your neck. So if you have a neck and shoulder pain, that's part of it. Then bring your hands to your knees, and we're going to rock up or roll over to your side and come up. So you can bring hands on top of the knees and roll up. Onto the hands and knees. Or if you're seated in a chair, it's just cat-cow. It's, getting that spinal movement going. You can come to fists or onto push-up bars, and it's just get the spine moving. Inhale one direction, exhale the other. Then folding back into child. And remember, there's so many ways to do this with the block and also the cushion or without them. And some of you love this posture. I know that you'd like to stay here. And there's hatha yoga or yoga that is a training in stillness in postures and breathing into the posture in stillness. Who are you? Are you a stillness person? Do you want more stillness in your yoga practice? Or do you want more movement? So bringing yourself up to upward dog if you want more movement, and back to child. And if you're working with more movement, upward dog, hands come down, stretch the front surface, and then back. Inhale up, exhale when you get there. Inhale back. Exhale when you get there. Hold for a moment. Perhaps. And then back. Up onto hands and knees. And cat-cow, but just hold in one direction. Then hold in the other direction. Take a breath. Hold in the other direction. Take a breath. Hold, take a breath. Then tuck the toes behind you and come up, or put your hands on a chair. You can do this, from a chair. You can put the hands on the chair, come up, and then come back into downward dog. Or you can put your hands on the wall, a table, or the floor. So you have a lot of options here. Then walk yourself up to your hands, or if you're on a chair, just, pushing off, coming into supported squat. Now you can also come into standing forward bend here. How flexible are you? What does your body want to do? Or ragdoll. So you're not in a supported squat, but you're kind of in this, like, put the weight of the shoulders and the head down, and you'll feel it in your legs. So there's all these options. Hands up, that's another option, a little less, less strain. Sometimes you can work with straightening the legs. And then bend the knees and come up, all the way up. A little teeny back. And then hands to the heart. Okay, been a long time. So shake it all out. How well can you shake? Can you shake your buttocks? It's shake the booty. Can you shake? Can you roll your shoulders? Can you move your head? Keep shaking, keep shaking, keep shaking. Believe it or not, this is cross modality. This is in so many modalities to shake the body out. Remember that you're water. Feel feet down into the earth. Feet down into the earth. Arms up. Bend the elbows. Bring the fingertips together. Come onto the right foot. Lift the left one up. You can put the toe on the floor or lift it up. You can come up to 90 degrees. You can work it a little bit if you want. Notice what happens in the shoulders. It's a workout, a little one, but it's there. Then down. Get onto the other foot, left foot for me. Toe can be down. Arms are opened up. Drop the shoulders, drop the elbows, drop the wrist, bring the fingertips together, lift the other leg, focus, concentration, something not moving. Whoa. Yeah, that's my left leg with the bad knee. It's showing itself. And then let it go. Shake it out. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, ride the wave. So hands at the heart, hands out or hands above the head. Then take your arms and play for a moment. Twist and twist and twist. And then bare hands at the heart. And this is where you're going to have the option for this spinal twist. And it could be just looking to the right. So the left elbow down to the floor. It could be putting the elbow on the knee. It could be putting the hand on the floor and that right arm up and turn your head or look to the wall, look to the side. I like the middle one, elbow on the knee. Elbow to elbow is a straight line and your hands pressed together and it kind of holds you there with the power of a triangle. Then up, all the way up into toe balance. Focus, concentration, then down, other side, spinal twist. Again, just look to the side. Or you can be seated on a chair, do a spinal twist there. Or if you're lying down in a bed, do a spinal twist from the floor and look up. You might want to do the most vigorous form or go back to the moderate or the gentle. Then back and up and hands to the heart. A little bit of breath of joy before we come back down. So it's a Now remember, you can just do it very gently. Not, just bouncing the knees. You can go down further. And go down further. You can go all the way down to the floor with a lot of energy. Oh, somebody isn't muted there. I just heard you. Oh, he's on the recording. You might not be muted. So check your mute, everybody. I know whose it is. It's, not on my list there right now. So check your mute. And then pause and hook up energy medicine for the central meridian from that third eye down. So this is a good one if you ever get dizzy. And shake it out. Okay, back down to the floor. Drop the chin to the chest so you consciously are coming to the floor. Roll down the spine, bend the knees when they do. If you need a chair, put your hands on a chair. If you're coming back down to a bed, do that. We're going to come on to, let's see. We're going to come down to the knees and bring the right knee with a block or a cushion. And if you're seated on a chair, bring the right knee through. I put the cushion under my hip. I'm coming down with my head to just stretch my hip a little bit in pigeon. Now, you can also bend the knees and you're over to the side. You're kind of in mermaid position and you can stretch it that way. You can be on a chair and you can cross one ankle over the other and just sort of fold forward a little bit. So many ways to do the same thing. It's checking out what's going on for your pelvis here. And those of you who have a tight pelvis or you have also perhaps a hip replacement, then you're just evaluating. You're just being the witness. You're just observing. I'm not going to do this for very long just because of time. And I'm going to come back onto hands and knees and bring the left knee through and down. So you're just deciding, making a decision, being the witness in every moment. You've got what's going on in your head, what's going on your emotions, so your heart, and the outside world. And then you have your observer, witness consciousness. And while you're here, you breathe, relax, feel, witness, and then surrender, allow, whatever position you have to get into. Allow that maybe you can't do this. Allow that you have to modify. Allow the surrender to who you are in this moment, in this physical body, but allowing yourself also to awaken to that spiritual reality of that we are, having this physical experience, but we're really all part of the universe. And then up. Bring yourself around and come down to the floor. Press off from the feet and cerebral spinal fluid balancer. Remember, it's not a big push. You're not doing mostly anything with your body, but from the tail to the back of the head, to that first cervical vertebra, sitting between the ears, Your skull sits between right there. Draw a line, and your skull's sitting right there on that vertebra. And you're rocking. This is also familiar to the rocking that we do as children, as babies. The rocking feeling as in the womb. And then pause. And then today, my legs need to go up. So either up the wall or on a cushion or a block. I'm going to bring my legs up just for a moment. You can also go into whatever posture it feels like the one you need today. We've been working a lot with closing our class with the shoulder opening posture for the supported reclined goddess. What do you need? So finding what you need to do. You could just be in Shavasana. And remember that we seem to always go over 5 minutes. So set that into your schedule so that you know that it'll be that much longer. 5 after 12 or so. Now, while you're here, if your legs are up, you can play with them. You know, you need a little stretch, inner thigh stretch, or a little bit of strengthening. You can play with that. You can roll ankles and point and flex feet. You can bring the knees in. You know, you can go into happy baby. It's really interesting that bringing the pelvis, tilting the pelvis up like this, you know, helps to do a whole lot of postures that you may not be able to do without the pelvis lifted. Breathe, relax, feel. Be the witness and allow. Then feet back onto the floor and feel the supported bridge. And if this works for you, lengthen out the legs and feel, you can do this one leg at a time, or you can do both legs and just feel this little back bend that's made by lengthening out the legs. And again, don't do anything that is wrong for your physicality, for your particular physical self. That's where you're really witnessing, and you're allowing yourself to make that wise decision of what's right for you. And this is the witness by Donna Faulds. When I can be the witness, all manner of miracles occur. Old wounds heal. The past reveals itself to be released. Present dramas play themselves out without sinking emotional talons into my soft skin. The witness welcomes truth and dares to meet reality on its own terms. It is the ground in which the seeds of transformation take root and finally flower. When the witness is awake, the lake of mind is still. And in that mirrored surface, I see my own true face as spirit smiling back at me. And that comes from her first book called Going In and In. Poems from the heart of yoga. If you're still on the block like I am, lengthen out and come into Shavasana. Bring your hands to your heart. Maybe the thumbs to the heart. Find your own mudra here. Peace, shalom, salam, pak, shanti, pache, mir, maluhia, frieden, hung sang. May we all have peace. And may what we do here go out onto the world and make more peace. May we have peace. And may what we do here go out onto the world and make more peace. Then relax the arms down, and you can stay right here. It takes a little while to come back. Or you can join me in rolling over to your side, pausing, pressing into the hands and pausing. This is all developmental and understanding how we get up. And then how do you get up for your personal way to take care of your own body? I come to my hands and knees. I take my left foot. I press into my right and I come up.